It's the last digital reload of 2012.
About time. I mean,
We get a vacation. Kind of. I mean, if you want to call this work.
oh, it's terrible.
Is it?
Horrible.
Grind you to the bone?
Oops, just scrapped myself.
Well, as we are a week away from Christmas, a little bit more. Like I said, last episode of 2012 for the Digital Reload, we will go over some of the biggest news for the entire year, games and other experiences from 2012, overall opinions, and a look ahead to 2013. Next on the Digital Reload. As the outside world in the state of Maryland becomes Silent Hill, we brave the fog to bring you our last episode for 2012 of the Digital Reload. Live on Spreaker.com, brought to you by DigitalDailyFix.com.
You running a pyramid head. It was pretty live too.
I don't like Tim's chances. He's out in the fog right now trying to get to us. He may join us mid-show. Until then, we are a three-man crew. Kind of ironic. This is how the show started, three-man crew.
Would you say we were a three-man band?
Until we get beat by the Brooklyn Brawler. Yep, until we get defeated by the Brooklyn
I believe they're
Brawler.
called moobs.
So,
Yeah, I'd call it moves.
with this being our last show and next year kicking off with the best of 2012, we have no rewards to give out, but we still have plenty of things to talk about as far as the entire year.
Well, how come you made me pay for all those really fancy awards for all the games?
That's because not my problem. You bought them early.
A worthy endeavor.
I'll make a good thing to throw at other people.
There you go. Blunt object.
Drive-by award ceremony.
It'll be your greeting for Saturday. Everybody walks through the door.
Best old lady be standing on the corner.
Everyone that walks through your front door.
Thank my plastic hips.
Hello! Welcome to the party!
Hey,
Yeah.
Jewish guy.
As long as we're all not dead.
You win this award.
Yeah.
Best
So.
Yanko of the year.
So as long as we're not dead. So Friday morning when I'm off and we're all live, I'm going to call you.
Wait, why you're off on Friday morning?
I took off.
Oh.
My boss is going to be off all next week. So I figured to prepare for having to cover for him 3 days and having to do a bunch of crap that isn't particularly fun, I'd take Friday off and get a 5-day weekend to enjoy that before entering the mouth of hell. So Friday morning, I'll just call you, and whether you answer or it goes to the voicemail, it'll just be a really loud voicemail of, "We're alive!" That's about
Well,
it.
I'll know because I haven't decided whether I'm going to destroy the world yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we're alive, if I wake up and I'm still here, and
We can play Resident Evil 6.
everything doesn't look like Fallout 3, so we'll be good.
Giant fire ants.
Yeah,
I do have a Fallout 3 soundtrack we can listen to.
there you go. Done. We've solved everything.
Which we built the city on rock and roll,
Yes.
and that's it.
Is that what it is? What about No Diggity? No Diggity.
That's the New Vegas soundtrack.
Oh, so whenever we get to New Vegas, that kicks in. Okay. Does the reflex kick in anywhere?
While we're sleeping.
Does the reflex kick in
No,
anywhere?
that's Operation Anchorage.
Ah. At least we know where we're going and what we can expect.
That's a theme song for the different areas of the world we'll be in.
Yeah.
I've been playing games this week.
So have I.
Has Brett been playing games past week?
I played several.
I
Several.
don't care about that.
He's played Several.
I think you should care about me playing Street Fighter Cross Mega Man.
It's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
That game's amazing.
That game is indeed amazing.
Figures because it wasn't made by Capcom.
I haven't had a chance to play that yet. Today was very busy at work, so.
The controls are kind of weird for me because they're on the keyboard.
I wonder if they would allow if there's any way to have it work with like a PC controller.
There is.
Sweet, that's fucking awesome because I have several of those. I'm excited now. Because
I think I messed up the controls on mine, so I had to delete it then redo it
okay.
before I could play.
Every action is Z. I jump, move forward, and shoot.
Yeah, because playing Mega Man on a keyboard is kind of funky.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I died on a few bosses because I meant to slide, but
Did you beat it?
no, I had Urian left to beat and Ryu left to beat.
And is there a way to save your progress?
That I don't know. So I probably have to start over again.
So or it might be tied to your IP address. Did you have to do any sort of login or anything?
No.
Did it give you an option to log in?
Nope.
Okay.
It just starts.
Okay. I was
It's
just curious.
I decided I was going to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm sure this is something that isn't meant to take up hours.
Yeah,
or
it doesn't
anything.
take that long. I mean, all the bosses I beat didn't take that long.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. It would be nice if they put this into like a small development team to make an Xbox Live Arcade game down the road.
Or even just put it
Just
on iOS.
my only thing is some of the characters they selected is kind of weird.
Well, you got to remember it's a fan,
Yeah.
so it's probably more like just his personal preference.
Like
There's
I
no
didn't.
Dan. There's
I-
no Dan in the game.
He's not a boss, but every time you get a weapon and it demonstrates how to use it, you hit Dan with it.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Like he's taunting and then you hit him with it.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
I definitely need to experience that game.
Sea Viper is one of them, which I thought was really weird.
I thought Urian was kind of weird. I mean, I guess maybe he just thought what Street Fighter characters would provide like the best powers.
Because I'm trying to think of.
Because there's no grapple character bosses, are
No,
there?
you
It's all
have
like projectile
Rolento.
guys and.
You have Rolento, you have Urian, you have Rose, Chun-Li, Ryu, Blanca, Dhalsim,
With Rolento, do you just shoot
Sea
grenades?
Viper. Rolento, you throw grenades.
All right, fair enough.
And there's someone else, I think. I just drawing a blank.
Mm-hmm. Touche then.
Yeah.
I downloaded and bought Lord of the Rings, Guardians of Middle Earth, which is essentially League of Legends with Lord of the Rings characters. Because the game
and Blanca.
you already said Blanca.
Oh. His ability's not what you think it would be.
Do you roll forward?
You're not. Oh, so you're not like the cannon roll. You're not the cannonball roll.
Do you just shoot electricity? Do you howl?
You bite people.
Do you shoot like orange fur out of your gun?
What do you do?
You shoot this like melon thing out of your gun.
You shoot watermelons?
Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't shoot, it just places.
It places watermelons.
You can roll it forward if you walk at it, or if you jump off of it, you like bounce really high in the air.
Okay.
That's dumb.
It's really weird, and it's apparently Rose is weak to it.
Okay. Fair
Which
enough.
it actually works because all you have to do is place like the goddamn thing, stay around it,
Mhm.
then she'll usually teleport near you and just jump over, then she'll hit it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's really weird.
Fair enough. Good thing about Guardians of Middle Earth, because it's a pay game, the characters...
You're not dead.
You survived Silent Hill.
Well,
Congratulations.
that's because I disabled Pyramid Head when I ran him over.
You did.
You were never on 695, so shut your pie hole.
Yeah, but you would have had to come into a common ground when I came here.
I would have survived. He would have to take one look at me and said no.
Well, you didn't have to because I hit him with my
He
car.
has no
We already
soul.
determined that Brett ran the pyramid head over with his car like a little bitch.
I don't think he's dead, but he is incapacitated for the time being.
He's not happy.
Mildly irritated.
Yeah, he is not happy. But because the game is paid, it makes unlocking characters a lot faster. You get more coins when you complete games, whether you win or lose. There's a rank up system where every time you rank up, you get rewarded with coins. Every character is 5,000 coins.
Coins out, you asshole.
Lots of coins.
So I mean, you're not like instantly getting guys, but The first, I think when you go from rank 1 to 2, they automatically just give you 5,000 coins. So it's like, here, just buy somebody else. There is a season pass that will be available to unlock more characters for Guardians of Middle-earth. There are Hobbit characters in there now with a few of the classic characters, like Legolas and Aragorn. I don't think
Is
Frodo.
Dwalin in it? Or Biffer?
I have to double check. I have to
Or-
look.
Feely?
I don't remember. I just remember that Thorin is in it. I know Gollum is in it. And like there's a bunch
Why
of
would you want to use him?
well they actually stretch further than just what you've seen in the movies. Everybody has a different play style, how much damage they do. The way the controls work is every time, like when you hold down the right trigger, it's your basic attack, and then when you hold it down, it makes a circle around you, and then it'll show you what kind of attack it is. So, like if you're Legolas and a projectile, you'll see this straight lane that's in the circle, and if there's any enemies in that straight lane, he'll start firing upon them. For melee characters, they'll have more of a branching out, kind of like a triangle, and anybody in the triangle they will hit. And then every special attack that you get, which will be tied to your face buttons, they'll have different things, and you hold down the button, and it'll show you its attack range and what it does. When you release the button, that's when it attacks. And then everybody gets like a special powerful attack that takes longer to recharge. You level up. Once you level up, you can gain the ability to change your turrets and change what your soldiers do. And just like League of Legends, the objective is to destroy the other team's base. It's fun. Some of the controls are kind of weird. They're not like awful. They're not anything that turns you away from it. But the whole thing that because with Legolas, because there is a lane that you have to constantly maneuver around, it's not just hold down the basic attack button and you attack anything in range. It's like you have to specifically target them and then he'll start attacking. So that's kind of tough, but at the same time, I can understand them wanting to have a learning curve to it and not just hold down right trigger and he just fires arrows at the closest enemy. But it's pretty neat. It'd be more fun if I had people that I knew playing it, but the time that I've put in was kind of cool. And like I said, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings past just the basic movie mythos, the actual books, there are a lot of characters for you to mess around with and easily unlock.
I can't say that I am.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's to each their own. How did you feel about League of Legends? Because you did play a little bit of it. Like, we all played a little bit of it.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
All right.
It seemed okay, but I really haven't played it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play it much at all.
Yeah. That's the only thing I've really put time in recently. That and New Super Mario Bros. U, just working through other worlds and working on beating it. So that's pretty much it for me.
Cool.
Yeah. What did you play? What? Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been playing Paper Mario on the 3DS.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need the silence.
He said still.
Well, I've also been playing Mass Effect 3. I started playing that today. It's better than I thought it was going to be. But I'm sure I'll find something reason to hate it later.
And I recently beat Dishonored. And I've been working on Assassin's Creed Revelations so I can beat it so I can play Assassin's Creed 3.
Fair enough. I've actually heard from a lot of people like there's no necessity to beat Revelations before going into 3. I don't know.
I just want to beat it because I own it.
Oh, no.
I want to beat it before I move on to the next game.
I get you. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I've heard from a lot of people, like or not a lot of people, but I've heard from a few podcasts I listen to, and some of those guys are like, "Hey, I haven't beat Revelations yet. Should I do that before jumping into 3?" Like they're all like, "No." Like, oh, all right. I was like,
I didn't.
Fair enough.
Tower defense, my foot.
Yeah. I try to prevent that from happening because if you have level 10 assassins, you can assign them to your den, and then you don't have to do the tower defense game anymore. So I've been kind of preemptively striking against the tower defense game because I don't like it either.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Is that all you've been playing, man?
Yeah, dude. Oh, and random games on my iPod.
Oh, for the record, my Mass Effect 3 main character is a Sentinel. Which guys might like to know that.
That's a pretty good class to play as.
Is it?
I'm trying to think if that's the one that I got. I think I have. I think that's what I use as a Sentinel. It's been a while since I popped in Mass Effect 3, but I still haven't beat that game. Oi. Tim, what you been playing?
Knights of the Old Republic. I finally finished playing as a smuggler, and then today spent playing Street Fighter X Mega Man.
I also played some of that.
Did you beat it?
Working on it. I got up to Vega.
Spoilers!
No, I thought it was going to be obvious, you know. It was like, there's 4 stages after, the initial 8, so I figured.
Fair enough.
I have Yuri and Ryu left to beat.
Well, then here you can confirm this whether or not. Is there a way to save it? Save your progress.
No.
So do you just have your computer like running with the game right now? So
No.
Okay. So you're just gonna start over next time that you play?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if there was any way to save. I know some of those
Fortunately, I could figure out all the weaknesses too. So that was a lot of part of my day, or at least from 4 o'clock on, because the first part of my day was spent getting all the chinlock poles sorted.
Mm-hmm.
So, but after that, it was like about 2 hours, and he was like, "All right, which weaknesses go to which guy?"
I already figured that out.
Oh, good for you. So did I. I figured it out by actually playing the game.
What a sucker.
Why am I a sucker?
I just went for Chun-Li first. And I was like, who's weak to Chun-Li? Apparently it was Viper.
Yeah, who'd you go to first when you got that power?
See Viper, of course.
No, you didn't. I don't believe you.
Why?
I think you went to Urian first.
Well, yes, I did. And then I was like, you know what? I don't think he's weak to her, so...
Guess what? I actually did go to see Viper first. It's like, you know what? I bet the woman beats up the woman.
Well, they can't beat up... I'm sorry, I'm not going to go there.
All right.
Alright, they can't beat up men. That's what I'm saying. So, you know.
That is what you had to hold back from.
Yeah, I don't want to...
Look out, world.
I don't want to upset all the female listeners we have.
I'm sure we have so many. Please. Ah.
I just hate urine, which is why I want to kill him.
All right, fair enough. Well then, is that everything you've been playing?
Yeah.
She has lots of sex.
Sure she does.
Who?
Female lord.
But Urian wasn't too bad for me.
I didn't actually fight him.
All right, so with 2012, I went through our year's worth of news posted on digitaldailyfix.com. Decided to pull some of the big ones, whether they were just big to us or big to the gaming world overall. I got 11 of them. I got 11.
Oh, it must be my fault.
What?
It must be my fault.
I don't care if we have 11. I didn't remember all the stuff that we wrote up about 3.8 Studios. So we got 11 of them. I guess technically 10 because 2 of them tie together. In no order. These are not put in any specific thing. So let's dig right into it. Let's go first with a personal favorite of ours. This is essentially just our biggest to us 2012 news stories throughout the world of the gaming. Angry Video Game Nerd debuts his movie trailer. It is finally happening. No confirmed date as of yet, but the Angry Video Game Nerd, who has been trying to put together a film for the past few years, has finally gotten it underway to the point where they have put together a trailer. That trailer debuted in November. And this was kind of a big deal for us because we've all been longtime Angry Video Game Nerd fans. And to finally see this project that he's been wanting to do come to life has put even the black man in a level of surprise. The Angry Video Game Nerd movie. Yeah. So,
Putting the black man down.
I don't know. There's a black guy in it. But,
Lies.
It would be put down too.
yeah. So, why did two of you gentlemen also keep this story up here as as one of our biggest? He didn't. That wasn't one that he picked to keep.
It was one of mine that I picked.
Huh?
It was.
I don't remember seeing it in your list.
It wasn't?
No.
No?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Anyway, I think it's important because a lot of people, know of him. He's a very popular, internet personality, and I think that he's been trying to do a movie for a long time. This is kind of like his love letter to, really bad video games, and I think it's, I think it's pretty exciting.
And movies. He does love movies, especially.
He does love movies.
Especially.
Good movies.
Yes. Yes. Cinemassacre, which is his site now, has evolved past Angry Video Game Nerd and involves Board Games, which is a review of board games. You know what's bullshit, which is pretty fucking hilarious. How Dunkin' Donuts? No, I saw the one about DVD cases.
It was because they put too much cream cheese on their bagels, and I have to agree because I had a bagel with that, and I was kind of pissed off about it.
I've never really. All I've ever gotten from Dunkin' Donuts was a donut, and that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah. Hey, but their Oreo donuts were fucking delicious. Did you have those? Especially like the cream-filled ones with the cookie crumble on top. Oh my god!
I don't know if I've had one of those.
Oh, well, they're gone now. They're a limited time thing. I'm sorry you didn't pay attention to all their advertisements.
Even Homer agrees.
They were scrum diddly umptious.
Oh, I'm gonna go kill myself now.
Oh.
Be right back, bros.
It's been a good run.
The more you know.
Yeah.
It's been a mediocre run at best.
NetherRealm Studios announces their next project is a DC fighting game.
Pass.
You picked this.
I hope
one you
Hawkeye
picked.
makes it in there besides Green Arrow. F that guy.
He's Marvel.
Shut up.
You'll play it anyway.
I will. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah. Mainly picked this because NetherRealm Studios brought out Mortal Kombat. Not a lot of people knew what their next project was going to be, if they were going to have a next project anytime soon. So to see a big, surprising DC Universe fighting game, not just Mortal Kombat versus DC, but an actual full-fledged game that revolves just around the DC roster, pulling guys like Green Arrow, like Deathstroke, Nightwing, not just the big Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman characters, Harley Quinn, Solomon Grundy, bunch of guys on there that is going to make this roster really fleshed out. It's going to be a better roster than fucking PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royal.
But you can have good Cole and evil Cole.
Oh boy! Thank God I have a moral choice in my shitty fighting game. So I don't know if it's shitty, but the fucking roster's shitty. I played the demo on like the Vita. It was interesting. I just can't get over disappointment of that roster. But who knows? If the game's like $20 by the time I get my PS3 again for Last of Us, maybe I'll pick it up just to diddle with it. Excitement level for Injustice.
More than for...
Out of fish. All right.
Well, Mortal Kombat
it's
was
been
really,
fun.
really good. So hopefully,
Yeah.
Injustice can follow up the greatness that was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and I like the destructible environments. The super moves look pretty cool for the most part. Any time that Superman runs up and
Animaniacs.
I hope they get a little bit of Freddy Krueger in my DC.
Freddy Krueger was one of the best parts of that new Mortal Kombat game.
Well, who owns the rights to Freddy Krueger?
It was Warner Brothers, I think Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say whoever owns New Line.
That's probably how they got it in Mortal Kombat.
Whoever owns New.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
NetherRealm Studios is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You
whoever.
could very well see that. Or maybe another.
I don't think so.
I don't think they'll repeat Kruger, but I mean, if they had the desire to throw in, I think more than likely you're gonna see all DC guys in this. If any bonus characters, you may see a Mortal Kombat character. Duh.
Better than Superman.
It would be.
Captain Carrot.
You want to see some more obscure guys?
Yes.
Captain K-Rod.
I think if they throw in Booster Gold, I think there's no need for anybody else. Like they after that they can throw in whoever they want. For me,
DLC.
that's fine. Make them DLC. I don't care. In a group bit of news, 2012 saw not just one, not two, but three next-gen engines shown off by Epic, Konami, and Square Enix. The new graphics engine for Konami was shown off with a new Metal Gear game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It escapes me. Ground Zeroes. There we go. I keep getting thrown off with the whole Phantom Limb game everybody thinks is Metal Gear 5. But Ground Zeroes was shown off through the Konami engine. Unreal Engine 4 was... Epic just always shows those off as tech demos. They're never really a focus on a specific game. It's just basic. It's just whatever features are in it, they run a tech demo to show like, oh, we can put a lot of guys on screen, or oh, look at the wrinkles in that guy's face. And Square showed off their engine to give the possibility of what future Final Fantasies can look like on PlayStation 4 and Xbox 720.
Doesn't matter how nice they look if they play like crap.
They got to play well. So seeing these three engines throughout the course of 2012, how do you feel that shapes up the look of next-gen gaming when it hits as early as the fall of this year? Or fall of next year, I'm sorry.
Well, they all look nice. My only question for concern is, because I know the Square Enix one took a ridiculous amount of time to create, and I don't know how long the other ones took to make, or like as far as like the like showing them off, whatever they're doing to show them off. So they all look nice, but it depends, because right now the Square Enix one doesn't look like it's going to be like have a feasible application if it's going to take so long to create every game. If they're going to use that engine.
Well, just because it took a while to create the engine doesn't mean it takes that long to make a game.
It's not the engine. Like that 3-minute video took like over a year to make.
But you also got to factor in if all the PC technology was there for them to finish that stuff.
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of factors in the things. I mean, who knows? Maybe everything was already there, and they're just like slow as balls.
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Especially for the last few things the company Square Enix is doing isn't very good. I don't know if focusing my resources on that demo was a good idea. But anyway, that's not...
Well, I mean, all of their graphics engines are in-house. They don't rely on Unreal or anything else. So they had to show off what they were working on for next-gen consoles. I thought it looked pretty neat. I don't remember a lot of what Epic used to show off Unreal Engine 4. Because they didn't use like an actual game or anything. Square was one fluid cutscene. Konami's was, Metal Gear, and they actually showed gameplay. They actually ended it with a smidgen of gameplay, which looked just like the fucking graphics engine, which was ridiculous.
Konami, give me another Suicune. That's what I want.
We'll go to Japan.
Take their stupid tech demos, shove it up their asses.
Well, the unfortunate thing is Suikoden doesn't have a strong base or strong sales in the U.S. They have no reason to bring it over here.
I know.
You should be whipping Americans, not Konami.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
You should just start walking around whipping Americans to start liking Suikoden. All of a sudden, Konami sees, why do we have a 150% spike in sales for the Suikoden games on PlayStation 2? U.S. needs a new Suikoden game. Go!
see what I can do.
There you go. I think the best shot of getting another Suikoden game is probably going to be a handheld system. I don't think we'll see a console one
I'm fine as long as they
anytime
don't
soon.
make it like the DS one.
Fair enough. I don't remember too much of the DS one.
Not
So.
that good.
I think handhelds are far enough ahead that they could make one closer to the console experience. So, Tim, how you feeling about how games are going to look in the next gen systems?
Well, you can always tell how good an engine is by looking at the water. It's actually a common thing, I think, and just judging by the rain and how the water looks in the Metal Gear demo, that was really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Unreal Engine was mostly based on colors and sound. I think.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
a few physics tweaks, I
Yeah.
think.
But
But they're the big one because most developers use the
Yeah.
Unreal Engine.
yeah, so
As long as they fix the whole texture popping shit, I'm kind of over that.
Yeah.
You walk in, everything's all smooth and no detail. Oh, there it is.
Happens all the time.
It's so weird. So hopefully that's one of the big focuses. That should have been the first thing. Hey, when Unreal Engine 4 comes out for next gen systems, no texture popping. Yay!
Someone writes it down wrong. Is all the texture popping?
No textures. Unreal Engine 4, no textures.
None. Zilcho.
So what about this? What about Square's offering? That was shown at E3.
Very
Yeah.
pretty.
yeah, that's about it.
But-
Go
It's going to involve a lot of walking
That's fine.
In a straight line.
in a straight line. Lippity clomp.
All right.
Zop, zoopity bop.
In 2011, Final Fantasy XIV was one of gaming's biggest failures.
Failures? I believe you mean abominations.
Game came out, was abysmal for a lot of fans that switched from 11 to 14, brought a lot of people back to 11 as far as MMO fans, and basically trounced the game to the point where Square Enix not only lost a ton of money from the initial release, they poured more money in to what has been the big talk of 2012 in A Realm Reborn, which is completely reimagining and changing Final Fantasy XIV Online to hopefully make it good. Obviously, it is not out yet. You don't know. It's not even playable yet.
The thing that still confuses me is that they're releasing an expansion to Final Fantasy XI while they're making this. They're trying to make that good.
Because they still haven't a strong enough fan base. You saying they should just never do that again because they're doing this Realm Reborn thing?
No, I'm just still kind of confused about it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I mean, I can tell you when EverQuest 2 came out, they were still making expansions for EverQuest. So it's just one of those things. Like you look at the user install base, or you look at the user base, how many active players you have, and if you still have enough to warrant it, hey, let's keep milking these bitches for money. They're not going to 14. Let's keep making them spend on 11. And I mean, the community's still strong enough for it. At least what it sounds like. So is this gonna resurrect a once failed game? Are you interested in experiencing A Realm Reborn?
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind trying it. But I'm gonna wait until other people talk about it first. I'm not touching it, and I'm not touching it at full price. Fool me once, Square Enix.
But if it were to drop,
I'm kind of sad though that we didn't get 14 when it was like $6 or whatever it was at one time.
Yeah. Missed
Amazon
that.
had it as download for like $6.99 at one point.
Missed that boat.
I almost bid. I did not. I
well,
did not.
I believe all those servers are shut down now for current 14, or they're gonna be. So I don't know. I'm curious, but I'm kind of feeling tapped out on MMOs. So, speaking of MMOs, another big story that we had for 2012, Star Wars: The Old Republic, EA's big gamble with BioWare, making an MMO fully voiced, having all this story, all the choices that a BioWare game is known to have, comes out. A lot of people says it feels like WoW, sales tank, user base drops, and now it's free. And its free system, pretty shit.
All the shits.
Unless you want to play the main story. Then hey.
If you want to play the main story, great. But everything else, like diarrhea in the eye.
Is this 2012's big failure?
It's pretty close to the top.
Yeah, it's close.
Certainly one of them.
EA put a lot of money in this game, and they're saying that when this finally does fall entirely, heads are going to roll in that company. If they don't soon. Like, this is going to be the final nail in a lot of higher-ups' coffins that pushed for this project.
See, my thing is, I still think they could have possibly salvaged it a little bit, but not with the route that they went. The free route. I mean, the free route's fine, but the way they did it, I think, is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because EA probably sat there and said, "What can we monetize? Because we need to get as much money back as possible." Oh, we can monetize double EXP. Do it. People want rest experience. They want to be able to take a break for a couple days, come back, and be rewarded. Fuck you. No rewards for free bitches. So, I don't know. It's dumb. I mean, it's up there. I think one of our other articles is probably going to end up being the biggest debacle. But I think this is up there. I think at the very least, it's numero dos. It's okay. Next, in personal news, no, not personal news, but in the world of gaming executives, Cliff Bleszinski, Cliffy B, Dude Huge, whatever you want to call him, exits the gaming business entirely. Not just leaves Epic, is taking a break from gaming. How big of a blow is it to Epic and video games?
We don't know right now. We'll find out sometime later. But right now, we don't know.
But that... it's great podcasting.
well, I mean, he's got a point. Like, as far as how it affects Epic,
He hasn't been gone that long.
I mean, they haven't really done much since he's been gone.
No, I know, but I'm saying taking a look at what he's done, it's speaking in theoreticals. I'm not saying, like, does this mean the end of Epic? I'm just saying, based on the guy's contributions, what he's done, do you think this has an impact on Epic and everything else? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, it's going to have an impact. I don't know how big it's going to be, though. I mean, after all, I know he was fairly important for them, but in the end, he's only one guy. Hopefully, it doesn't, but I don't know. I hope.
He's a good figurehead. He's a good representative for the company.
He's a showman.
I mean, he's really popular in the gaming world.
Unless they have another guy in that company that can sell as well as he did, I don't see that company doing. Like, they can put out games, but if you don't have anybody to talk for you or anything like that, I think people bought video games based on his track record, and after that, I don't know. So,
especially if he gets replaced with like a suit and tie.
Yeah.
So it could be.
To
it
me,
could be bad, but I mean,
yeah.
it's going to take a while, and we need to see who replaces him.
I mean, to me, Epic isn't a suit and tie company in the least. So I don't think it would be a suit and tie guy. They have a few other people that names like gamers know, but not to the connection. Not to the connection of Cliffy B. Do you think he comes back eventually, and to gaming?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's to Epic, or do you think it's to a completely new thing?
I could see him coming back to Epic in a different form,
Mm-hmm.
like at a different job place.
Yeah.
Like a different, spot in the company.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because
Make his own company.
I mean, this guy is essentially the face of Gears of War and a good chunk of Unreal Tournament's history.
Yep.
So.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
In the world of leaving,
See you guys.
Maybe we'll get a good Fable game.
Peter Molyneux this year left Microsoft and Lionhead Studios, meaning whoever comes forward as Lionhead Studios spokesperson hopefully won't make as lofty of promises.
Yeah. I.e., hopefully the next Fable game is good.
Our game will actually touch you
I
in the naughty bits.
I
For
don't
real.
want a game
I thought Fable-
where my menu is like a house that I have to walk around and navigate in. I don't want that.
After playing Fable 1, I thought I was touched my naughty bits.
Fable 2 was pretty good.
I like Fable 2.
Was not as good as Fable 2.
I did not play Fable 3 because I was excited for it for the fact that it was like, oh, you can be king. I'm like, that sounds fucking great. And then everybody's like, the king ain't all that great. Being king ain't fun. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, it's dumb.
I have to make these decisions and have to tax people. Gotta prepare for war. There's nothing after it.
Can't wait to be Durr.
Can't wait to be Durr.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see him as that important.
I mean, he's had some big stuff. Black and White was a big franchise for him. You know, Fable is probably what he's going to be known most for, not so much for the game quality, but for everything he promised and never came to be from those games.
Yup. I just remember Fable 1, all these promises.
Oh my god! And those if half of those promises would have been in that goddamn game, it would have been phenomenal.
That's how you don't do business.
Yeah. I'm going to do all this with more games. And they're going to be wonderful. We're going to completely take the RPG genre and make it some crazy shit you've never seen before.
Seen it.
And then it's like, hey, here's this. It's a game that you've played before with less than what he promised, less than what you've seen in other action RPGs. But why? Because he has no grasp of time or
I think
technology.
he talks to the people he works
Yeah. It's like, make the game do this. The technology's not there. Well, just slap some things together.
with. Well, I already told him that it was going to do it.
Turn it purple.
Here's Milo.
Yeah. Here's Marlo. You got the.
He's trapped in this world, and you could talk to
I
him.
want my creepy British kid. Where
Yeah.
am I going to get my creepy British kid?
It's like,
Yeah, he was one of the big things where the Connect.
yeah, and that never happened. Hey, did you ever think that back on the Dreamcast it was fun to talk to a fish, but instead of a fish you wish it was a British boy? And he remembered everything that you did
Can I beat
creepily.
him?
No, you can't beat him, but you can yell
Not
at
interested.
you can yell at him and hurt his feelings.
Not interested.
You don't want to make him cry. I think you
I
can
do
make
it
him
with
cry.
my fist.
Yeah, you can do that. That's probably one of the articles for 2012 that kind of made me just angry in general. Mass Effect 3 came out in March. A lot of people had an outcry for the ending of the game.
Hold the line.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
There are bad things happening in the United States and across the world, but we're mad about our video game.
This game pissed me off.
Yeah. Anger that spread to the BioWare forums, that spread to
Why is your game case all sticky?
people on the what?
I implied that they had sex with a Mass Effect 3 game case.
Oh, well, all right.
It's still not good.
That's oh god.
Hell.
It bites.
That's good game.
Oh my god.
They deserve it.
This ending was unfulfilling. Just like all my love life. Mother
Sorry.
Mother won't breastfeed me anymore.
More butter?
More butter! More butter! I like butter!
Anyway.
I like butter out of my buddy's butthole! Give me my butter! Give me my butter!
People were kind of mad about the ending.
So much so, it's spread.
Mad about the ending.
No, and I did all 3 endings. 4.
Yeah, I did the I'm not. Well, it's not really spoilers. If you haven't played the game by now, then you can spoil it for yourself. But I like the ending where the new ending where you do nothing. There's an ending in the new extended cut where you can just choose not to do anything, and then everyone dies.
Fair enough.
That's my favorite ending.
Everyone dies. The end.
And all the endings.
No!
So-
did you like the red ending, the green ending, or the blue ending the best?
So wait a minute. So you can have an ending where essentially the combination of all 3 of these games lead to nothing.
You can just stand. You can just stand in the area that you're at and watch everyone die and blow up.
Or shoot the kid. Which is the same thing.
You can shoot the kid too. You have to play the game.
Yeah.
I personally like the.
I know who.
ending.
I know who the
Where they
kid
all
is,
blow up.
but
What?
Where they all blow
it's
up.
just
I
keep.
like the blue ending, because then you become God.
Yeah, just keep talking endings that I haven't completed yet. Just keep doing that. That's great. Appreciate it. Appreciate that the host who said earlier, now that's your fault because you've just called him colors. But this fuck over here, thank you. Thank you for telling me what my endings are, even though I haven't beaten the game. Thank you.
I might be lying.
I don't give a shit. Shut your red mouth.
I like the one where
It's
they
fine.
all-
It's
I
fine.
like the one where they all go for ice cream.
There you go.
What
What,
some ice cream?
is there one where they go to Toys R Us? Where they all get the toy that they so want?
Garrus gets a calibrator for his calibration.
Anyway, the uproar caused BioWare to create a secondary ending.
This is like nerd rage like I had never seen before.
Something that I personally felt, even though I haven't seen the ending, I know there is no way it would make me so angry to the point of demanding them to create me a new ending. To me, I just felt like this is the biggest showing of gamers thinking they are entitled to something when no, you are not.
Definitely. Now, while I thought the endings were a little slapshot and cheap, you could actually interpret it in a way that and BioWare completely destroyed this possibility. You could spin it to where it actually was really awesome, like the ending, if you took it for more than its face value. And I liked it. If they had just left it like that, and it could have been, the deeper, because you could interpret it as like a deeper ending, and I thought that was really cool. But now that then BioWare pushed it out, and it was like, no, it is exactly what you're seeing is what it is. So, but I thought it was lazy. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and bitch about what they made. I think they could have done a little bit better job for it. But they set themselves up so much that people wouldn't have been happy with it no matter what it was.
Yeah.
That's just how stupid people are.
Yeah. I mean, I guess people were expecting them to be able to create some ending that can automatically trigger based on everything you did in the previous games.
Yeah, well, I mean, BioWare did say that there were going to be 14 endings or some ridiculous number of endings, and all that was different was really the color. And maybe a little bit. So, I mean, I think they promised a little too much. But like I said, I wasn't happy with it, but just the amount of nerd rage was just way out of proportion for what it was.
Were you still happy with your entire Mass Effect experience?
Yes, I was.
No.
You never liked any of them.
You think the third one's okay?
Well, no, he thought the second one was okay. He thinks the third one's better than the second one. So I guess the second
Shaping up to be. Well, I have to keep playing it though.
Yeah. Well, at least you have interest in wanting to keep playing it. That's a positive.
Did you beat Fall of Cybertron?
Not yet. No.
What mission are you at for Fall of Cybertron?
I don't know. 5 or 6.
You haven't played as a Dinobots yet?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's when it's gonna start getting all.
There's 11 missions, I think.
No, there is. I'm trying to remember where he's at. You've already done the stealth missions with Jazz, I'm
Did
guessing.
you finish that stealth mission with Jazz and Cliffjumper?
I escaped. I think there's 2 missions as those guys.
Well, you play
One-
as Cliff Jumper and then you play as Jazz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as Jazz, you're escaping the rubble. I escaped
Yeah.
the rubble. That's the last thing I did.
Yeah,
Have you
because
played as Decepticons yet?
No.
when it switches to the Decepticons and has its little plot twist / homage to the cartoon movie, that's pretty fucking awesome. And you get essentially the most powerful weapon in the single player campaign.
All right.
Because once you get that weapon, you don't need anything else. Because it murders everything, and when you upgrade it, and it's like last shot in every clip does like 300% damage and creates a nuclear explosion, it's fucking ungodly.
And then you get to play as as Bruticus.
Yeah!
And then you get to play as like every character you played as in the game at the end.
Plus ones you didn't get to play as.
Yeah, very true.
It's pretty awesome. And just one connected, constantly moving level that is just like, holy shit, do this more. In what I like to call the first nail in the coffin, or maybe probably the last
Final
nail.
nail in the coffin.
Final nail in the coffin. Adam Sessler leaves
First nail in the
G4.
coffin was the first Cops Marathon.
I was going to say, or was it Kevin Pereira? Because who left first? Well, who left first?
Sessler left first.
And then Pereira.
Left.
Okay.
And Evan Bourne left.
Yes. Adam Sessler leaves
Evan
G4.
Bourne was on the network too.
Months after Adam Sessler leaves G4, it is announced G4 will be becoming the Esquire channel.
I think he knew and jumped ship.
Yeah.
He's like, the rats always know. Which
Uh,
gotta get out of a sinking ship.
right
Sweet,
now, he's primarily doing like online shows. I don't think he's on a network. I know like he was doing some stuff for Spike for E3 for
He needs to nestle himself somewhere good like Jeff Keighley did.
Well, he knew long beforehand, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley knew a long time ago.
Jeff Keighley jumped real quick.
Now GameStop pays him, I think.
GameStop is one of his gigs, but he's primarily Spike TV for Game Trailers TV. And he's like I think he's like the CEO or like the producer or director or something. He's not just like the host of it.
He's their guy for Comic-Con and
Yeah.
E3.
But he has some sort of executive credit for all of it. Like he's probably more than likely he's probably the head of all their video game and nerd shit. But Sessler, I believe, is moving on to I think he's doing stuff either on YouTube or on some sort of online network. I don't
forget what
remember.
it's called, but I saw it recently.
You see, yeah, there's like commercials for it now, isn't there? Like, and Pereira's on it too. Or am I wrong?
How about Morgan Manjaw?
I have a feeling when all of this
Mulligan Man.
when all of this ends, hey, I don't think she's ugly.
No, I don't either. I just like calling her Morgan
Yeah.
Manjaw. Just, 'cause that's
She's a girl. She knows nothing of video games.
Yeah, though she's definitely not the hottest one that was on that network.
Oh no.
That was me.
The blonde Playboy
Brett. Then
Sa-
Allison Hayslip.
Sarah. I put Sarah.
Jean Underwood.
I put Sarah Jean Underwood above
Yeah,
Hayslip.
yeah.
Oh no, well, yeah,
Was that the chick?
yeah, just above Hayslip. The one that replaced Munn.
Yeah.
She's all right.
She's okay, but you can tell she doesn't know jack shit.
Thank you.
You don't know shit.
I mean,
Um,
Olivia Munn didn't know anything, but at least she didn't like.
She pulled it off.
She pulled it off very well, but she didn't know anything.
Yeah, you were just like, I don't care, you're hot.
Yeah.
So, and now,
Sorry, he joined Revision 3.
okay, thank you. And that is an online network of stuff, or do you remember?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. No, it's all good.
Reporting.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, he got the answer we were trying to figure out. So he got the primary goal. You think?
I think Sessler's dead.
Oh, I thought you said I was dead.
No. Well, we all know you're dead.
Yeah. So,
Just talking is air escaping your body.
oh dear God.
Take
La-
a big whiff.
Last bit of news. Last article. Probably the biggest. Is 3-8 Studios and Big Huge Games. Big Huge Games I feel sorry for. They were just a video game studio here in Maryland that kind of got butt fucked by this entire debacle.
Epic, Epic kind of picked up the pieces.
They did. They turned them into Epic Baltimore. At first it was Epic Baltimore, but now they're like Impossible Games.
Their logo is awesome.
Yeah. I part of me feels a little sorry for Kurt Schilling because when you listen to his interviews post this and everything, you can tell he was a guy that really wanted to make a game studio and really wanted to make awesome games. Like,
well, I mean, their one game
was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. It showed promise.
They put too much in too fast.
Well, the thing that killed them is they were initially creating Kingdoms of Amalur as an MMO, and MMOs are fucking expensive.
Yep.
And then they just decided, you know what? Like, I think like over halfway through production, when there was already a ton of money in it, like, let's make this a regular offline console game first, and if that sells well, then we'll then we'll work on the MMO. And by that point, it put them so far in as far as what they needed to break even. It was impossible. Like that game.
The game made money.
Yeah, the game made money, but the game had to sell a lot more than it did to make them break even. And unfortunately, it just didn't have the capabilities to do that. And everything with Rhode Island and going into bankruptcy and taxpayers' dollars involved. It was just a giant mess, and it's sad for guys like the members of Big Huge Games, even though they moved on the better stuff.
I went to go pick up my copy at the GameStop in Timonium. A whole team was there, and they had like cake, and they were like celebrating. They had a bunch of the writers, and they had Kurt Schilling was there. He was at a different GameStop. Promoting it for the midnight launch, but they were just, it just sucks because they were all really happy about it and thought it was going to be, the next big game, or like they were going to be, like they were going to have a big franchise on their hands, and it just stinks.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility that someone takes the licensing of Kingdoms of Amalur.
I think it's a strong enough universe and a strong enough IP to where someone would want to pick it up.
Yeah.
Square Enix will just pick it up because they like just picking up random things that get canceled.
Hey, they took Sleeping Dogs, and I think they helped develop that into something a lot better than Activision would have done. To me, I don't think Activision would have been creative enough to add in the combat system and some of the other stuff that Square Enix threw in there.
Yeah.
So, I think they took a game and made it really great. All right, so 2012, some of the other things. Vita launched. Sony poured $50 million into advertising for that system.
Womp womp.
Has not paid off. Nintendo had a rocky road pushing the Wii U before launch. Finally decided to show good shit like a week before the damn system came out. And I would say overall, systems had a few bumps, but so far decent.
I'm not a fan of people calling bullshit on the graphics when, like, oh, this is better, Xbox looks better. Well, yeah, because it's at the end of its console cycle. Gen 1 Xbox 360 games look like shit compared to, like, now.
Yeah.
So just wait. Give it a year or two. The graphics will look a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
PS2 games, when they first came out, looked like shit compared to PS2 games at the end of its life cycle.
Apparently, you never played Summoner.
Summoner? Wow. That was a pull. No. Resist. Show. Ah! God. I mean, there are a lot of things that happened here. BioShock Infinite was announced. It was going to be 2012. It's not 2012.
It looks really good.
Yeah, Last of Us. We thought it was going to be 2012. It's not 2012.
Shut your fucking mouth. Please.
That game does look incredible. All right, so overall, we're at the end of 2012. Gaming as a whole, your gaming
Soul
year.
Calibur, Game of the Year.
He forgot the worst part.
He certainly did.
Certainly.
Certainly.
He certainly did.
You literally just said Soul Calibur was the best game. You get out.
Yeah, but mine was in jest. Anyway, I'm sorry, bro.
That's all right.
Someone stick the microphone up his ass.
Here, since Brett's been quiet for a
I
while,
already did, and it was not good.
what is your opinion of the year of gaming that is 2012? How do you feel 2012 was in the world of gaming?
Overall, I don't think that great.
Okay, go on.
I'm just trying to recall like some experience that I realized like, oh, this game was really awesome. And there's only a few that really that
Mass Effect 3.
shove the microphone up that guy's ass. Like the Walking Dead game that
Telltale.
yeah, they made that was a good pleasant experience for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the Tales game that came out, but I enjoyed most of those. But just like overall, like there was just a little that I thought, at least for me. I don't know about the rest of these guys.
So you feel out of the purges that you made, very few came back as worthwhile returns?
Yeah, or like I mean, some of them might have been good, but they weren't like something that like blew me off like my feet or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But so I just say I hope 2013 is better. Find out.
All right. What about you guys?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I would say my first half of the year didn't start off well, considering it involved Final Fantasy 13 2, Soul Calibur 5, and Ninja Gaiden 3 and Starhawk as games I play. And it's like these are all garbage, Then
You enjoyed it.
no, I didn't.
Wait a minute, have you played Final Fantasy 13 too?
No, but I know you enjoyed it.
You know, I'm on Tim's side to this. I think we should beat this man. I don't. No.
Get the 2x4s.
Yeah, let's get him. Put nails in him.
But you got to gamble with Zaz for the fate of his
I didn't
child.
bother fucking doing that.
I did it. It was very boring. But he was better to have than a fucking Pokemon monster. Actually, no. Pokemon would have been better than the shit that was in Final Fantasy 13 too.
And it was
Yes,
because it's Pokemon Black and White too,
and Conquest.
and Conquest. Yes.
Even though Brett didn't like Conquest.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey.
You'll learn.
Yeah, not to like Conquest. That's
Yeah, I felt.
I think
I gave it a shot.
I think my highlight was definitely Borderlands 2 though.
Yeah. I would say the middle of the second half of 2012 picked up. There were some quality games. There were some that surprised me. XCOM is a quality title. Halo 4 is a quality title. Borderlands 2 has been good. Sleeping Dogs was a nice surprise. So there's games there. But thinking about like what I've bought to what I still have now, there was a lot that just came my way, and it was like I played it, and it was like, this is alright, or this sucks, and I moved on. There were disappointments. Soul Calibur 5 was a big disappointment. Me personally, Resident Evil 6, I chalked that up as a disappointment to me. At least the co-op was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. The misadventures of Brett and Howard in Resident Evil 6 is pretty fun.
So, but overall, I just think it was a mixed bag. 2012 was a mixed bag, really. Had some cool stuff, had some really awful stuff. So, what about you, Howard?
I thought it was okay. I didn't really. I mean, I think there were enough games to where you could be content for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they were sprinkled out well enough. You had Mass Effect, you had Kingdoms of Amalur, and in the fall, the fall's always strong every year. But I think the fall was, the beginning of the year was kind of weak. You had basically Mass Effect 3 and maybe one or two other games. And then by the summer fall, you had a nice chunk. I think it was a better fall than it has been before. But overall, I think it was just average.
Mm-hmm. I think 2013 has potential to start off at least for the beginning months.
Strong first half.
Yeah.
Space and Tomb Raider, Luigi's Mansion, as far as portable games.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Also.
I really feel January through March is going to be like, I mean, you got Devil May Cry, you got BioShock Infinite, you got Dead Space 3, you got the Fire Emblem game. Trying to remember Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's March. There's like a ton of games. Like the games that I really want, they're all coming out there. And then by the time I get through with those games, May is The Last of Us. Hopefully by then, Nintendo announces some new things for the Wii U that'll have me excited for the summer. And then the fall is going to be the big push, or July is going to start the big push towards fall to find out what the fuck Microsoft and Sony have as next gen consoles.
Xbox, it's Microsoft.
Yeah,
Wii-woo.
yeah. Everybody is convinced that those systems are hitting fall of 2013. I tend to lean that way, but I feel they have to come out strong. I don't think an Xbox can launch with a next like
Cameo 2.
like the Xbox launched with a lot of shit. It had Perfect Dark. It had, and I'm not, and not all of these are shit, but I mean, it's as far as like a strong lineup. I mean, it had like a next gen version of Gun, Quake 4, a Madden without Madden. I remember that. I remember when that launched, and people were like, "Madden doesn't commentate on that game. That's really fucking weird. It's Madden." And just a lot of launch titles that were like kind of eh. I feel like if these things are going to be the next gen thing, if they're going to be the system that is like, oh, this is in your living room and this does everything, because that's what it seems like. It seems like they're both aiming for. They're aiming for the box to do everything. They're aiming for it to link up to your cable box and become your cable box, become your music source, become your video game console, become your source of internet and other multimedia entertainment. It's got to come out big. It's got to come out and knock your socks off, especially when these things are rumored to be $400+. Maybe some of them surprise us. Maybe they come out at a $350 price tag. Who knows? I don't think Sony's gonna try to hit some sort of bargain price. But that's the big thing.
Sony likes to charge whatever they want.
Sony likes to think that they're the hot shit, that they can get away with whatever. Hopefully this year, with poor sales and having to close certain departments outside of the gaming department, shows that they need to put a focus on consumer quality and not just be like, hey, it's $600 because we're Sony, because you hit the crab in its weak spot to deal massive damage. What are your guys' outlooks on 2013 as it pertains to the games you know of so far and the promise of new consoles?
I don't really care about new consoles, and I'm probably not going to buy any at launch at this point. So I don't really care about those. But the first few months look pretty decent as far as games go.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully live up to what I think they're going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, looking forward to the consoles because, I usually wait a year before I buy any new consoles. So, I'll look forward to the Wii U next year whenever I get it. So, that'll be something to look forward to. But,
I agree. I'm not even ready for a new console yet. I think there's still plenty left on the current ones, and I'm not going to be buying it at launch unless it wows me beyond anything that I could expect, which I don't think it will. But as far as the games coming out in the first few months, I think that I'll be buying a lot of them. I'm a big Dead Space fan, and Tomb Raider just looks ridiculous, so I look forward to those. So I'm feeling pretty good about the first couple months, and new consoles I couldn't care less right now.
Fair enough.
I'm not ready for it yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's absolutely nothing on them. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see something, but I'm just saying that they need to do something pretty fucking big to make me go, all right, you have my money. I think there's, as far as PlayStation goes, I think there's absolutely no chance they'll do anything to make me buy a PS4.
No.
Um, I will at some point own the next Xbox 360 or whatever it is, whatever the next Xbox is.
Yep.
I will own it, whether it's day 1, month 3, year 2, whatever. It'll be owned down the road. But they have to do so. They can't just come out and say, "Hey, here's
Perfect Dark.
here's a prettier version of Halo 4. We upgraded Halo 4 to look fancy. It's on the new Xbox." No. Like I know there won't be a Halo 5. I know there won't be a new Borderlands at launch. I know there's a lot of franchises that because of how recent they have launched, there will not be another one. But they gotta come out with something. And if their focus is more on the fact that, hey, it does Netflix like never before, they've lost me. Like, I understand that you want to make it a multimedia platform, and having the additional features is cool. I like having Netflix on there. I like having the access to Xfinity on demand on there. Like, it's neat little stuff, but it's not what I turn my console on for. Like, it's not why I turn my console on. I turn my console on to play games. Don't try to sell me on Kinect 2.0. Make that an add-on. That's fine. But your focus should be, look at these hot shit games we got coming out in the fall. You thought Call of Duty was coming out on 360? Fuck 360. 720, Black Ops, Blackest Ops. The Blackest of Ops is coming to 360. Like, announce something that's just like, well, holy shit, and I can only play it on the new console, and it's a franchise I really fucking want. Done. So, it's all good. Alright, any closing comments anybody wants to make before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that is it for 2012. We will be back in 2013 to open up with our Best of Awards show for video games. More than likely, it will not be on a Monday. Our first show back will not be a Monday. It will probably be on a day that we'll announce down the road, as we're going to have some guest panelists there to determine our game winners for each award. And everything is based on people's schedules. So we will be back some point in January with our Best of 2013 show. Chinlock will be back more than likely. Pull this up here. More than likely on January the 6th. And we'll also be opening that up with our Best of show. Not having a ton of panelists. But if anybody wants to come pop over and come on to the Best of show, like if you want to pop over here and do that, you are welcome to. All right.
Oh, F you.
You can do that too if you want. You want to do that? You want to come and give us your expertise?
I'll consider it.
All right. You think about it. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, please have a happy holiday, a safe and happy new year coming to 2013, and hopefully it's a good year for everybody. And we'll see you then.
I don't really have anything tonight. I dropped the ball.
Drop the mic. You suck!
God bless Kazakhstan.